Good everyone, today's video, and today we have the start of the Forgotten Vehicles series. And, well, this one's actually quite difficult to do, because Thunderskill is notoriously unreliable, but it's the best we've got, really. I can't really find anything else that would indicate what's been played or not, so some of this information that is used to create these videos may be incorrect, such as matches played, time played, etc. for a certain vehicle. So, there is going to be a couple of premiums in this series, and I'm going to only go up to Japan. Reason for it is because China, from what I've seen on the website, Sweden, and I don't think France works either very well. I mean, it does, but not very well at all. And Italy is questionable at best because it's missing half their tech tree. So we're only going to be going up to Japan for this mini series. Now, obviously, we are going to be doing tanks as well once we get around to that. But obviously, we're going to be starting off with the planes. So we're starting off with the P-26 A-33, which according to Thunderskill has a mere 3 games played in Era B. I've always said this was the neglected Peashooter, and well, this still is apparently. Only 3 people have actually took it out. Obviously, information may be incorrect. I don't know. If anyone does happen to know a better source, or will try and find information on how many vehicles or how many games a vehicle has played in the month, please do let me know. Otherwise, I will have to use Thunderskill just because it's the only real thing I have. So we've got the P-26 to start us off, and this has always been a neglected Peashooter. I haven't got a talisman on it, and I've only done one video on it, and I kind of feel bad for the little thing. I mean, yeah, Peashooter's not the most amazing plane nowadays, and it still isn't even back in the olden days, but I don't think planes like this should be neglected. Yes, America could do with some better reserves, but I still don't think the A-33 should be the bad apple of the bunch, so to speak. If you're going to give that title, I'd probably give it to the Philippines P-26. I think it's the A-34 that I have. That would not be appearing in the Rare Vehicles series, although it only has a mere 2 games played. That will appear in a separate series suggested by Munchkin, aka Troll, whatever his name is now. I can't remember his username on YouTube. But that will be for a Rare Vehicles series, which I will be getting to work on very soon. So before we begin, I'll quickly go over the nations and show you exactly what we have to deal with. As you can tell, we've got some buses, and I know Harry's going to love seeing me fly those fucking things, like the 217J1, J2, and the N2. These two combined have less than, these 3 combined have less than 20 games played. Russia, again, Harry's going to love that. He's going to have a field day. All the fighters get a shit ton more play than these fucking things put together. Then Great Britain has a couple, which is fair enough, and then obviously Japan has a few others as well. Obviously, just remember that Thunderskill is an unreliable source. Any information I say to put these vehicles in the series may be wrong, but obviously I'm going to be trying to put as many vehicles in as I can that I haven't done videos on, mostly for good reason. But anyway, jokes aside, let's get into the battle and let's get started. So this mini-series won't be running for very long in the aviation section, but it will most likely be done in the tanks because, let's be real, there's a lot more shitty tanks than there is shitty planes for the most part. But for the most part, this is just going to be a mini-series. There will be a playlist, which I will make as time goes on. And obviously you can binge watch me suffering in these fucking bombers. Because it's mostly going to be bombers in this series, as you're probably going to expect, because that's just the way it is. But anyway, I'll see you all in the first match. Welcome to match 1. We have consolidation of positions on Sicily, and I'm already questioning because this is the Axis side of the map. This is not the, yeah, this is where the Axis normally take off from, not the Allies, so I was immediately questioning. Oh boy. But yeah, this series is mostly going to contain shitty bombers. So if you want to see poor Joe suffer, you're more than fucking welcome. You could thank like I've wanted to do a series like this for a while, but I know it's going to be fucking painful. Oh, I'm going to suffer hard. Why do I do this to myself? Then again, no fucker else is gonna do it, so I've gotta do it. Then again, Harry does have some juicy talismans on some very shitty bombers, so at least I will not be suffering alone. So, if you think this poor British bastard is gonna be suffering for that kind of thing, in terms of doing videos on bombers, just wait till Harry gets out his talisman series, and then you'll see what I mean. He has some fucking shit boxes. I mean, at least I get a couple of fighters to play with in this series, but Harry really doesn't. I mean, he's got like 2 fighters left in his. The main reason why I wanted to do this sort of thing is to just bring awareness and maybe see if people would actually fly them and try and get their games up, maybe even spade them. Because remember, in this series I've got every single vehicle here spaded. Obviously, there are a couple of premiums which are going to be included, as you saw with the B10B, because that thing only has about 10 games played, if that. The rule is for this series, if it's got less than 10 games played, I'm gonna put it in. Obviously, I'll have to update the playing setter and the lineup and everything as time goes on, because that's just the way it is. That's the way I'm gonna have to do it. But as per usual, I normally take the bombs on the Peashooter because it just gives me something else to do other than just playing fighter, which we have to do that anyway. So I thought, okay, just bring the bombs, which I'm quite alright. I'm quite alright with the Peashooter's bombs. I mean, they're okay. They're 100-pounders. You're not exactly going to be writing home about them, but even so. And already I'm starting to question, which, again, this matchmaker is bullshit, because apparently Russia fights alongside the Germans and the Chinese, which makes 0 sense. But again, that's a whole different kettle of fish. I could probably do a video on that myself, but probably not. So the main threat to us right now, or the threats, I should really say, is that MiG-3 and both those Chikers. The rest I can handle. Those 3 I cannot, because it's a fucking MiG-3 and 2 Chikers. I mean, if I was in something like a Hawk, I could maybe handle them, but not a fucking Peashooter with bombs attached. And he looks like he wants me. That's just being mean. Like, mate, this thing has less than 10 games played, and you want my arse. Like, come on. He's committing. He's committing. Remember, that thing looks like a bitch at high speed, mate. That looked important. What did I just blow off there? I think I blew off a flag. I don't know what he's doing, but... Are you really going to drag me towards the Chikers? Or are you running away from a Peashooter? That is embarrassing. If you have to run away from a Peashooter, I think we're questioning the pilot here. One last burst, let's break off. Imagine running away from a Peashooter, like, come on, this thing's slow as balls. It turns okay, I mean, it's a Peashooter, but, hang on, we might have someone, he might be about to compress for us. Unfortunately, I think this is one of 2 Peashooters in the game that don't actually get flaps. I think the B-35 doesn't get them, and the A-33 Premium doesn't get them. I'll have to check and get back to you on that. My aim is horrible here, so I do apologise for anyone who likes to see my good aim. That's better. Got spoil damage. That'll have to do. I'm not going to spray 3/4 of my ammo at fucking 112. Because it's a 112. Like, I'm not exactly going to be... Like, I'm not exactly going to have the best results regardless, but I'd rather... Oh, I'm gonna compress there. Well, not compress, but just fucking crash. Honestly, no. Like, imagine if Harry did a series like this. He'd choose the worst fucking planes, but... Well, in fact, to be honest, he'd probably choose the same planes as me. But I've always said, though, like, this plane is the neglected one. No one ever flies it, and... That was a horrible bomb drop. Bloody hell. Oh, the 112's coming back. Looks like his engine fell. And we did get the kill. Thanks, Gaijin. A bunch of 30 cals entering the cockpit, and look at... Oh my god! Jesus! Might as well bag the assist. I mean, that's all we're gonna get out of this fucking match. Jesus! This team has done jack with a side of squad, and... Oh my god, the Martin's going aggressive. No. No. If you didn't know, that thing's basically a B-10B with slightly better engines. I reviewed it when China came out, and like I said, there's no real difference. There we go, we got a kill at least. But I'm down to 74 rounds. Oh, this series is gonna be painful. But hey, if you're not having at least one bit of pain playing War Thunder a day, you're not playing the game right. I mean, with 74 rounds, we might as well be defenseless. I mean, the enemy team have got 2 Chaikas that have been... Well, technically, the I-15, that I-15 over there classes as a Chaika. They're all called Chaika, from what I've been able to find. And he just flat spinned it. Okay. Okay. Well, that works for me, I suppose. God almighty. You know what? Stay below the trees. Maybe he might not see us. He fucking sees us. Oh no. We are definitely dead. That is a Zukovsky's Chaika. We are royally fucked. Oh, we are defo dead now. Come on, turn a little harder. Don't you spark up. Oh, I'm out of ammo. I have 2 bullets left. Yep, that did fuck all. We're gonna have to try and give him a hug. The embarrassing part is, he outturns us and he outspeeds us. Run away! Run away! Morco! Come on! Help poor Joe, I'm suffering hard enough. Come on, Morco, kick his ass. Do not commit. Thank you. Oh my god. You are my saviour. Oh, this is gonna be pain. Oh, I swear, if I ever have blood pressure problems later in life, I think I'm gonna blame this series. Jokes aside, let's get back to the airfield. Let's put it this way, like, Jesus Christ. Oh, this series is gonna be pain. This is gonna be pain. Right, well, since I've got to land, rearm, refuel, etc., you know the drill, I'll cut to the next part of the battle. I'll see you in a couple. Well, welcome back. We've got a runway, well, someone who's rushing our runway in a Stuka. I've literally took off about 10-15 seconds ago, and this guy just comes out of nowhere. Next thing you know, the Morco deletes him. Probably going to be farming from this point on, so I'll just cut to the hangar because nothing else is going to happen here. I'll see you in a few. Well, welcome back to the hangar. Match ended a few minutes, not long after I said I was going to just cut to the hangar. Ended like 2 minutes after. I got a couple more ground targets. Got a couple more AAA, a couple more armoured cars, and I managed to get a tank with the bombs, because I actually aimed them this time. But it's not really interested in just grab pound the whole game, and so I just thought, if I just cut back to the hangar, It'll shorten the video for a start, and you would have to just watch me go around in circles killing ground targets. So the P-26 A-33, as I've already said, this is the neglected Peashooter. Pretty much no one flies it. They even fly the 50 cal on the B-35, and they just they just don't care about it. I can sort of understand why, but at the same time, it's the same as the others, minus a bit of power compared to the A-34. So if you've got this thing sat in your hangar and you haven't spaded it, drag it out. You might just have an adventure like we did. Well, today. I mean, let's be realistic. You're probably not gonna have an adventure like we did. You're probably gonna get your ass kicked by a Chica. But anyway, I'm gonna let you guys off. I hope you enjoyed today's battle in the P-26A-33 Peashooter. And next up is actually a premium, the B-10B, with a mere 7 games played at the time of this recording. I will see you all on the next one.